So my first thing about the chapter, really,
Let me even pull it up.
yeah, you need to pull it up because what the first thing that I know Mandem will care about is the whole interaction between Scopper, Zoro, and Sanji. My thing is, what's you man's thoughts on Zoro not knowing that he's got ACOC? Is it an incompetence thing, or is it a Zoro can do no wrong
I
and
think,
he's cold for that?
I think it's.
nah, I think, go on, John.
I just think it was meant to be something funny. But when Daryl actually explained that point in the chat, that it may be there's a word for it, um, a diversion of expectation for Sanji. If it's that, then I think that's really interesting writing or really good writing. But for the Zoro part, not knowing, that's just meant to be for comedic effect. But it could be an expectation or no, a diversion of expectation.
Mm, mm.
Okay, I'm gonna start by saying, yeah, I already called it for a man them time ago, innit? I said Sanji's gonna get ACOC, and everyone can calm down. He's gonna get ACOC. I don't think in any way, shape, or form
I think we
that
should
was
come
a di
CLC. Let's talk about CLC first.
Oh, COC. Yeah, whichever it is. If you get COC, you should have
Yeah, but at
ACOC in
this
it.
point in the story, yeah, if anyone's unlocking,
Jesus Christ, what's this coming on the
what
screen?
the fuck, bro?
You can't on anything these days, man. You
At
can't
this
click on
You
it.
point in the
see, hey, now
story,
you see, this is why we can't go on YouTube. Fam.
fam, at this point in the story, yeah, if Oda's showing us new users, I'm expecting the new users to get infusion because then why are we here?
Yeah, isn't that what I said before? I
No,
said
that's facts.
if it's something impressive. There's no point.
But then
You know,
my thing is that wait, hold on. Let me even answer.
no, I'm trying to I'm trying to get your thoughts on Zoro not knowing, what do do you see
What's
the
the big?
comedic element in that, or are you
Just
pissed? Like,
why are you dwelling on it?
because I want to
I'm
know what
just
you man think.
It's a comedic thing, obviously, clearly.
No, but
I don't
You
I
answer.
think it
Kwame
was
didn't actually answer yet.
I don't what's it? I don't think I think it was just a thing of comedic, not in diverting anything away from Sanji or anything in depth like that. I think it was just basic comedic effect. But I think it was a comedic effect because bear in mind, no one's actually taught Zoro Haki.
No,
So
facts. He just unlocked it that day
Yeah,
by the
Zoro
sword.
hasn't, and in Wano they don't call it haki. They just said Enma draws out your life force and you
Yeah,
have to
facts,
control
facts.
it. So I just think it's just literally a
Called Rio,
comedic thing to. I
called
think
Rio
it's I, no,
in
it wasn't Rio.
no, it's
No,
called
Enma just pulls out Haki in general. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Emma just pulls out your will, just pulls out your
But in,
life force, and you have to use your will to control it. But obviously, will is haki.
I'm saying the actual term in one was just Rio, generally speaking.
No, no, no. I did
no,
this
no.
one. It
Rio was the
wasn't. It wasn't
technique
Rio.
itself.
Rio's a technique.
Oh no,
So
no, I'm in Wano, they don't say haki, they say Rio. It's the general term.
I know, but for this one, they didn't say either.
I
They
know,
didn't
I'm
say
just
they
throwing it
like.
out. I didn't really I'm just saying.
No,
Okay, so yeah, so
so
no,
basically, when Zoro got Enma, they didn't say that there's any ability attached to Enma. They were given a description like how when Zoro was in that shop and he got the description about the explanation about cursed swords, where they were saying that based on whoever had the sword before them, the sword carries its own will. So when they were saying that to Zoro, when they were talking about Enma, because he sensed something in the sword, they basically told Zoro that Enma is very hard to control because basically Enma had its own will. It was Odin's sword along with another named sword, and those two swords were basically Odin's sword, but only Odin can control it. They said that when other users tried to use Enma, something along I'm not saying facts, but something along the lines of when other users have tried to use Enma, it takes their will out till they die. So it didn't actually say anything about it giving you haki, increasing your Rio, or anything like that. It just said that Enma, as a sword, has a mind of its own, and it basically forces you. Okay, I think it says it's something like it runs on bloodlust or something
This
like that.
got just for some comedic scene, man. This is a lot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
This,
I think this was a normal comedic scene because
uh,
he's just thought he has a he. I think when he got Enma, he just basically when his arm went skinny and all that in the
hey,
manga and the anime, he just said, I have a stronger will than the sword.
Zoro
Do what
doesn't.
like
He didn't
do what I
know.
tell you to do."
He doesn't know that much about Haki the way Luffy does. He didn't have a teacher. He said, "You have Haki." He said, "Oh shit, I have Haki." That's it.
That's
And
the
this,
thing, yeah. I feel like Scopper is gonna end up teaching both of them because you remember these
Yeah,
men unlocked
yeah.
it on the same night, so it's gonna be a
First,
case of them going forward. They're gonna learn like with
that would
Scopper
be cool.
how to actually use it.
That would be cool if Scopper teaches both of them.
He's gonna have to because he chastised your boy Zoro, saying to him, "Oh, you're Yonko commander. How do you not know this type shit?" And Zoro's
mm.
talking about, "Oh, my bad." So yeah, it's definitely a thing. As for Sanji,
What you think about Loki and the crew though?
no. We have to speak about Sanji first. As for Sanji in this situation, a lot of Sanji fans, yeah, a lot of guys is mad because yet again, typically, Oda's made Sanji look dumb to make Zoro look good. But I'm used to this shit. So my thing is, yeah, we
He's
have to
hurt,
beep it.
man.
We've come a long way to even be having this shit entertained. Oda's entertaining Sanji having conquerors. Like we've
No,
come a long way. One Piece is ended, fam. So the most important thing for the Sanji clan is after he asks Scopper the second time, whilst Loki's shouting, yeah, there's another panel where Sanji's given a certain reaction to what Scopper's told him. And boy, going forward, for me, that's the biggest reveal I need in Elbath. What did Scopper tell Sanji when he asked him, "Is it me?"
he didn't say anything. Loki said it's me.
No. Go to
It,
um
it's right in
yeah,
front of.
yeah, that's the right panel. So Sanji asked him again, "Is it me?" Loki's
I,
talking to Harridan in the middle panel, and then on the far left is Sanji's reaction to what Scopper told him because they were talking to each other. Loki's talking to
Yeah,
Harridan,
yeah.
so he's obviously told him something. It's just about what
but
what what did he tell this guy?
he looks pissed about what he heard. What if he said, "Nah, you ain't got nothing,
He
big man"?
looks he looks if anything he looks
Good man.
surprised.
Yeah, he looks exasperated. He looks like like a sigh.
Nah,
He looks
because
disappointed in what he
nah,
heard.
I,
because
I
when
think
like do you remember when the bounties came out? It was straight depression. It was like the Mero fruit was used again. This reaction is different.
at
Yeah,
least,
but
If
at least be able to see his face to be claiming all
Yeah,
these
but
things.
that's why Oda thinks he's slick, bro, because he's leaving it up for interpretation, and
you're just
we
trying
didn't
to
even get
draw
to
these
see his
Sanji
face,
fans
so
out.
we really don't know
Do you
what
know
the
what?
reaction is.
I honestly think he does have Conqueror's Haki, but he could easily make it that Sanji doesn't, and he has to find a way to still catch up to everyone else, and Scopper teaches him. It could be that. Obviously, it's not what everyone wants, and it's
I
still.
think, yeah, I feel like
But if
to be
Oda was a
able to
good writer,
damage, fam, to be able to damage, yeah, the
I
Holy
know,
Knights.
I know what you mean
If
because
you're only if you're an infusion user, it's actually mad. It would be a good reason as to
it would be
why
good.
Emu and Emu's guys are where they are because it's only what is it, 1 in a million
Yeah,
in
niggas have to
in
come together to beat
fam,
them.
like you need the kings to come together to take these people
Yeah,
down. So
niggas have to
I
come
feel like
together.
it's gonna be like if Sanji gets it, yeah, it's gonna get to a stage where there's gonna be characters getting the shit too that man them don't want to get this shit
Mm-hmm.
Well,
because
Sanji's already one of them.
for me Sanji's already there because if you look at the users, yeah, he's the same as these man, bro. Sanji's a leader, bro. Like I'm so sorry,
Apart from that, he doesn't have it.
He's not.
he's
I
not
mean,
what.
but he's
He's not the
not.
same because he doesn't have it, bro.
No, well, he doesn't have it confirmed, but
In my, in
No, no,
my,
no, block. You see,
I
that's what I
like
don't like.
As much
It's
as like
that's not. It's not about what
others,
you like. It's
No,
about
but
what the
that, no,
story's telling us.
but I'm saying that's what I don't like. You man pick and choose, and you don't even see it. You can't tell me on one hand, oh, like John just said, oh, his face isn't showing front ways. You can't really tell. The
Fam,
kid
you
clearly
was
looks.
just here saying that he didn't even answer the question that Sanji asked him. Now you've realized they have, and you're coming to talk shit.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, but the face there clearly looks angry, like he's shouting. He
no,
clearly
it
looks
doesn't.
That's
annoyed.
clear to
No,
you.
it
That don't look like anger to me.
doesn't.
Okay, but no, I'm saying that's fair. That's fair. So we can now say, or you would agree to now
I said
say,
clearly.
because I'm saying you would agree to now say that looks that can be speculation. I can say it's one way. You can say it's one way. But the clear conversation about Sanji not having Conqueror's Haki right now, when he's never shown any sign
No, no,
of
no. Of
it,
course he
you
doesn't
man are
have it
telling
right
me,
now. But what
oh,
I'm telling you is,
he
of course
doesn't
he
have
don't have it right
he
now. But
doesn't
what I'm
have it,
telling
or
you
he hasn't
is,
shown it.
what I'm
All these
telling you
technical
is,
jumpy
he's
words
already one of them ones.
to you.
What
Yeah,
do you mean
yeah.
one of those
That's what I
ones?
said. Like I said today in the chat, you said that's my opinion. I said, yeah, that is my
What do you mean
opinion.
one of those ones? What do you mean by that?
In
He's
terms
saying
of
that basically because of Sanji's
if you
aura,
look
he
at
should already
like
Let
have it.
let him.
like if you look at the guys that have Conqueror's Haki already, you know, the strong willpower, like them being leaders, like that's Sanji already.
I don't agree, and I'm on the Sanji fan. I don't think
That's
he
what
So
I'm
follows.
saying.
so you don't believe that Sanji has a strong will.
And I can give you examples of why Sanji doesn't fit into the narrative of being a conqueror, even though I think he probably does have it. Do you know what I mean? So one big example
His
is
dream
how
in him
he
is strong enough.
himself at Whole Cake Island.
That's what I'm
How he
Elaborate.
saying.
how he handled himself at Whole Cake Island does not show why he would be a conqueror.
You think a king can fight their captain? You don't believe in your
No, no, no.
captain.
It's not about that. It's just how Sanji went about the whole situation. That doesn't
He gave
show
yeah, he
why
Yeah,
gave
but
he.
up.
you do know,
And I
yeah,
know you
that's
agree
yeah,
with that.
but
I know
no,
you
but let
agree
me
with
tell
that.
you this. Let me tell you this. You gotta look at Sanji, yeah, differently post whole cake. Because that whole arc was about him dealing with his internal conflicts, bro. Once those had been
Can I now
resolved,
say
yeah,
something?
he's a new man.
No, but can I now say
He
something?
gave up,
With
man.
that,
That was
with that,
yesterday.
that's fine for you to say that. But if you now use other examples of people who have conquered Saki, they don't have the same. They don't have. You can't use the same
Never.
example.
What in terms of how they handled situations?
Anything. They've
The way
never
Sanji
given
handled
up.
this situation, other characters who are conquerors have not handled this situations in that way.
Is that right?
And you know this. Come on,
I mean,
like, I'm
can
a
we all
Sanji fan,
agree?
but like he doesn't really fit it, even though he may probably still have it.
So how
Can we
did
all
you
agree he
feel
gave up?
how did you feel about, you know, Chinjao having Conqueror's Haki?
Over
I
King
wasn't really
Sanji.
a fan. I
Huh?
wasn't really a fan of it, but I've always not been a fan of seeing people with Conqueror's Haki. I didn't. Don't forget, you're talking to someone who didn't want Zoro to have Conqueror's Haki because I didn't think it even
Yeah,
fitted in
but
my.
he was always gonna have it though. My thing is the whole argument that, you
Wait,
know,
can we
he
just can we
no wait,
establish
no, let
that?
me
Oh,
address
go
that.
on,
Let
go
me
on.
address that. The whole argument, yeah, of what how he handled the whole cake situation. Is it the fact that he left the crew? Like what is it
Okay,
that you didn't like how he handled?
so I didn't like that. So if I'll start from the beginning, I don't like that he left the crew and he didn't have faith in
Wait,
Luffy.
can I say one thing? Before you start,
What's it?
can we all just agree that at Whole Cake Island, Sanji gave up?
He did,
He gave up all hope. That's
but
the main. That's the reason.
let
But
me
go
just
on,
go.
John.
You did say so. I didn't like the fact that one, he basically gave up the moment he found out. So you could look at it and say he didn't give up and he just tried to, I'm gonna go to Whole Cake, I'm gonna see what's up and I'm gonna try solve this issue. You could see it that way, but the way I saw it, he kind of gave up from jump. When
Okay,
he now
so
got to Whole Cake Island,
okay, no, it's good because
I'm
that's
gonna finish. You asked me, I'm gonna finish. Let me finish.
go on.
When he got to Whole Cake Island and he actually saw the scope of everything, he's now given up. We know he's now given.
So that's why he
Mm-hmm.
can't be a conqueror.
Let me finish. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep.
Okay.
Another thing is how he viewed himself when it came to his family. He saw himself as being less than. someone who's a conqueror should never see themselves as being less than. And I don't think you can really use examples of that. I could probably give you maybe
You man
Boa
don't know
Hancock.
about
I
Oda's
could maybe
lawyer.
use
Your boy's got
maybe give
examples.
Boa Hancock, but I don't think she saw herself as being less than. It was just the situation she was now put into.
Mm.
Another thing is that I can't really remember right now, but
Tell him how he's a waste man.
he just saw
Tell
himself
him,
as
John.
being less than. It was just too like
He's a
Okay,
waste
okay,
man.
no,
it was
so I
just
hear it. You man didn't
it's
like
too
how
short.
he handled the whole situation with in whole cake, how he left the crew because
Now
I
say it
guess
how he's
Zeph's
a waste
life
man.
don't matter.
He's a waste man.
Yeah,
How
his
he kicked
life
the
not mattering.
captain.
It's
Okay, cool.
not
So
a
my
lot.
thing is this. So you lot didn't like how Sanji handled that. Now, my question to you is,
No. It's not that
did
I
you
didn't like it. It's the
no no
fact
no
that
no no no
that's
no.
what
You're saying it contributes as to why you don't see him as one of them ones, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So my question to you is, did you like how Odin handled the dancing in the street for 5 years naked thing? Did you like that?
That's a good point. That's a good
Listen,
point.
I do this.
That's a good point.
I do this.
That's a good
I
point.
do this.
The only way I can maybe counter that is that he's shown concrete signs of being a conqueror. So it's like with Sanji, he's starting off from a low point, and there isn't any high points to really give
You
an
know why it's
But then
different?
that's why I say,
but
wait,
with Odin,
sorry to
but with
cut you
Odin,
off, but
sorry,
listen to
but
this,
with
right?
Odin, he's got a low point, but he's got several high points.
But that's where,
You know why
that's
it's
But
where.
different?
So no,
it
no,
is a good point. It is a good point.
facts.
Can
So
I can I can I
Sanji and
counter?
Odin, so Sanji and Odin, uh,
Can I know?
acted.
Can I counter?
Wait. Sanji and Odin gave up, yeah, for the
No.
love. For Odin, it was for the love of his people. For Sanji, it was for the love of Zeph. Cool, right?
I don't think it was the love of Zeph personally.
Huh?
I don't think it was the love of Zeph.
So okay, so John, so
I
then
just think
narratively, wait,
I just think he had
John.
faith.
Okay, wait, John. Why then, narratively, did they tell Sanji, come with us or XYZ is going to happen to Zeph? Why was that brought up if it has no relevance?
I didn't say it has no relevance. I just don't think that was the main
Tag tag
reason.
tag
I
me
think it's
tag
because
So
me in whatever.
so okay,
he
so
didn't
what
have
you're
faith
saying to
in
me,
Luffy.
so what you're
I think
saying to
he had
me is,
go on.
you think that if they never threatened Zeph, Sanji would have still gone.
I think he still would have went.
Then you don't rate my guy. Then you don't rate my
Tag
guy.
no. Tag me
Yeah,
in
I don't
whatever.
rate him enough to be a conqueror. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Tag
mad. That's madness.
tag me
Because
in whatever. Tag me in whatever.
one thing I know for sure is he only left because they threatened Zeph's life. That's the
Tag
only
me
reason
I
he
don't
left.
think
tag
that's
me in
enough for
whatever.
Sanji to be leaving personally. Because because he
Okay,
should
okay,
because hold
wait.
on,
So,
he
but
should
that's what.
have
Okay, wait,
he
no,
should have
no.
enough
That's why I
faith
ask
that
you.
Luffy and the
That's why
crew
I
of
ask you.
Wano.
Was saving Fodder's lives in Wano enough for Odin to go dance in the street naked for 5 years? Was that enough?
Tag me in whatever.
I want to say that is a good point. I want to say Odin is kind of seen as like the king of the country. You know what I mean? So the good of the people is like he needs to sacrifice himself for the good of the people. You know what I mean? But I hear your point. It makes sense. But Kwame, tag in.
Fam, you didn't. That's what the
Benan.
thing is. Like for anyone that's telling me they didn't like the fact how So think about it. Sanji gets penalized, yeah, for saving in his mind saving the life of his father figure. Cool, yeah. But then Odin was compromised himself for
Mm.
the fodder in his country.
No, I hear what you're saying, but you're also
So
excluding the fact
that's
that
the same thing.
I don't know,
Can
but
I tag in?
hold on.
Can I
I
tag
hear what
in?
you're saying, Daryl,
And then
but you're also
you know your next point that you said, John, about how he saw himself as less than, and a conqueror don't see themselves as less than.
Mhm.
Was Katakuri not insecure about his real face, covering up
Don't
his
don't
identity
no. Let me just stay
for
on
the
the Odin
longest?
one, man. You
Yeah,
man. Let me just
No, but that's the
take
thing.
it bit
Think
by
about it. No,
bit.
Think about it. Look at
interesting.
it from
I'm
my
saying
perspective.
go back to the Odin
Wait.
point.
Listen, from my perspective, you man's giving me two reasons as to why it's no.
Counted it.
No,
But I'm telling
don't
you,
say you man.
I'm
That is
telling.
John. You're
Then
beefing right now.
I've
No, you
given you two
counted it. No,
examples.
you counted
I've
it. No, you
given you
counted it.
two examples of man
I haven't
that.
counted. Can I counter?
No. Daryl counted me when it came to that. To be fair,
I know.
uh,
I'm saying I have something to
I know
destroy the
I know
argument
Quan
that he
wants to
just
jump in.
countered.
Sorry, Kwame. I'm gonna let you jump in, but just one more thing before you properly jump in.
Mhm.
I hear what you're saying, Daryl, but you also need to factor in that The Zeph thing, there was one of two main reasons why he left. Don't
So
forget,
what
he
was the other?
also said,
That's the
hold on, he
only
also,
reason he
hold on,
left.
no, it wasn't. He said,
Oh my
Luffy, the
gosh,
Straw Hats, we can't win this. He said,
bro,
these men are
go
too
watch,
powerful
go
to
watch
do
the
this.
scene, yeah. Go watch
Is,
the
is, that,
scene, yeah.
is that not the case?
John, go
Is
watch
that
the
not what he said?
scene back, yeah. Capone told him, "You're coming with us," and Sanji was like, "No one's going anywhere." And then he brought up Zeph.
No, bro, you don't remember the scene. When Luffy came, he told Luffy, this is a fight we cannot win. Don't
Can I
forget
can,
that.
can I
I
can
hear
I
what you
can I
said.
jump
You're right
in?
about that. But he also said this is
Listen,
a fight we can't win. He said we're fighting a Yonko crew.
Can I
This is
jump
not
in?
something we can do.
listen,
Can I
listen.
jump in?
Hold on.
Having
Because
having,
I know, Kwame, but Daryl, is that not the case? Yes or no?
I mean, he can say what
Yes or no?
what he.
Yes or no? Is that not the case? Because I'm not disagreeing with what you said, but it's not the only reason why he left. He actually said, this is a fight we can't win. This is a Yonko crew. Is that not the case? Yes or no? And then let Kwame go.
You lot need to run that
Is
panel
this a
back
yes or
by
no?
me.
Is this a yes or
I don't
no?
remember specifically that
Kwame, jump
panel.
in. Do your
I'm
thing.
saying I could finish this right now.
You're
So
not
okay,
finishing nothing, bro.
okay, cool. Okay, no. Hold that thought. I'm not finishing nothing. Hold that thought. One, you're comparing Sanji and Odin. Cool. Odin was the third okay, as you say, left hand of Roger. Sanji left hand of Luffy. Let's keep the comparison going that way. Cool. They're both faced with people that are stronger than them or that have put them in situations of hostage situations. Cool. Let's go there. You're saying that Odin was left dancing in the street, which is why the comparison is that Sanji giving himself up or giving himself for the greater good, as to say, quote unquote, should be comparable as to why he's still worthy to be a king. Very key difference. Sanji was threatened with Zeph's life. I hear that. So even though I'm with John in terms of the moment you stepped off the ship, you're losing all faith. Zoro's not stepping off the ship. Zeph can die, or Zoro's dying right there. I understand that though. Different characters, different personalities. I can allow Sanji going to the island, even if it's what John said in terms of, okay, I think I can sort this out or deal with this with my family. Let me try and go there, sort this out, and I'm coming right back. Cool. He's gone there. Niggas are forgetting that when he went there, they put a ticking time bomb thing on his wrist. And one of the threats that they said was that we're gonna blow up your hands so you can't cook no more. Cool. So fair enough. Loves his hands, it's his passion. That's one of his part of his dream. All
So you
build,
want him to blow his
all
hands
that.
off for the Straw
No,
Hats?
no, 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 no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that was one of the aspects in regards to it. So when John says Zeph wasn't the only determining factor, I'm even giving you points to say yes, there was also other things that may have swayed his decision. The key difference, when Sanji was there in the situation, he did try to escape, he did try to maneuver out of it, and he got threatened and he was fearful that, listen, I can't beat these people no matter what assistance I do get in. If Luffy comes or if my captain comes or the crew come,
Bro,
whatever it is, I
from
can't
what I'm hearing,
escape.
yeah, it's more of a slight on his loyalty to Luffy and the crew, more so than him
And
being
that's and
pussy.
that's and no, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying no. That's a big part of the problem of being a conqueror is being sure of yourself. So I'm saying
Yeah, but
compared
that's why I say
compared to
look
the
at the boy
Odin
post Whole Cake.
yeah, but I'm saying
He
compared to
dealt
the
with the
Odin.
traumas back
I'm
then,
saying
boy.
compared to the Odin situation, Luffy actually came back for him. So Luffy actually came to the island where
Bro, the
Sanji
Odin
was by
situation is the
himself.
exact same thing.
Okay, but
Literally
I'm
the exact
saying,
same thing. The only
but
difference is that one of them you think he's cool, the other one you don't think he's cool. It's the same
no,
shit.
but only one of their captains came back. So I'll ask you this: if the Roger
And when his
Pirates came,
captain came back, what did he
bro,
say to him?
listen, I'm saying if the Roger Pirates came back to Wano, do you think Odin still dancing in the street?
Yeah,
No,
but I'm not giving him
Huh?
credit for. I'm not giving him credit. Same way you're not giving Sanji credit for doing the same thing. Odin and Sanji had the problem they had and tried to take it on themselves. So
No,
why
but
is
no, no, no,
Odin
no.
about to
But
get
but
no
it,
no no?
but
Why
I'm
is
saying it's
Odin about to
different.
get credit? Yeah, as
I didn't.
if
I didn't credit for that.
as if he's cold for not calling his friends for help. Sanji done the same thing, took it on himself, and said, "I don't want to be a burden to the crew. I'm gonna just
Okay,
go do this
and
myself,"
that's why
because he didn't value himself.
I allowed Sanji on the fact that he left. So leaving is one thing. I can allow that or excuse that. That's what I said in my first sentence, basically, when I said him going there, trying to go there, say, okay, maybe I can sort it out myself, whatever, yada yada yada, and I'll come right back. Cool. You can do that and leave with Peckhams and Beige and all that and go there, investigate, see if you can talk to Big One, make a deal or whatever it is, and leave peacefully, or do you see if you can mess somebody up or mess their ship up on the way and leave. I hear that. Cool. I'm saying the point of you've left now, you've seen you're in an unwinnable situation, as he called it. John is right. He did say you can't win this, whatever it is. But I'm saying you see you're in that situation
He
and
just
your
needed a
cat
pep talk.
and I'm saying your captain comes back for you. That's the difference. It's not that, oh, you're trying to sort this out yourself and you're
So
gonna
what
deal
you're
with the
saying that
consequences.
Sanji? So you're saying that had Sanji not come back, had Luffy not come back, Sanji would have assimilated into whole cake life.
Yes, he was at the
Yeah,
altar.
yeah. That's what he was on. He needed
So
the
he
pep
get
talk.
yeah, so I'm saying that's the
Think
definition of
about it.
giving up.
Yeah, but
Even
my thing is that's
Even
why I keep saying to you, man. Look at the
Odin
boy.
had a
Look at the
plan. I'm saying
boy.
Odin had
Post
a plan
whole
in the sense
cake.
of
It took
Odin.
Luffy coming back, yeah, and giving him the pep talk and telling him that I can't achieve my dream without you. That's what it took for
My
Sanji to be
nigga,
like, you know
he was
what?
kicking Luffy in the face long
He
before
was
that.
like, Sanji was like, you know what? That pep talk Luffy gave me, I fuck it. We can do anything. And then fast forward to Wano, when Sanji was going through his mutations, he was like, what does Luffy need? Does he need the cold, callous soldier of science that will execute anyone, even women? Or would he
Yes,
want the guy that I am? And when
A kind
Luffy
hearted
came
spirit. And that.
to Whole Cake, it was to tell Sanji, we fuck with you as you are. And you know my favorite quote from the whole series. Your boy Luffy said, I can't become Pirate King without you.
he
So
would have said the
listen,
same thing to Usopp.
woulda, coulda, shoulda. I know that he did say that.
I swear he did.
I know that he did say that with with
Let me
King
go back and watch the
Sanji.
episodes, innit? I swear he said that to Usopp.
One thing about Sanji is, listen, he's
No, you
there, bro.
mixing
He's a
bars.
You know,
leader. He's got the
I hear what you're saying.
charisma.
You had some
He's a
good. You had
natural
good.
talent. He's a great leader, fam. How many
You had
times has
some good
Sanji
comeback
led like that?
with the
Come on,
I'm
man,
oldest.
it's
saying
crazy.
I'll give
the
you that.
fact
Yeah,
that your fact that your captain came back and showed himself and you still lacked faith enough to try and fist man up. Nah, you
I
can't
don't.
become a captain, bro.
Thing
I
is
feel
that
like you're not
His
taking
willpower,
into account
your
the
willpower's
feelings,
gone. Your
yeah,
willpower's
about
been
his
shaken.
how he felt about himself within the arc.
the thing
That's
is,
and
why I
and
say
and
look at the
don't.
also
boy post whole cake.
going sorry, that's that part settled. Going on to
It's
the
not
next part,
settled.
I'm saying going on to the next part, Katakuri being conscious about his teeth has nothing to do with his haki, because he'll fist man up if you laugh at
Fam,
me.
the
He
quote
been
I
doing
was
that since he was a baby.
the quote that was given to me was he sees himself as less than. Where if you look at someone like
But he doesn't see
a
himself
Luffy,
as
so
less
if you
than.
look at someone like a Luffy, someone like a Odin, if Odin and Luffy had that mouth, they would still roll outside bold with it. Yeah,
But
you lot was
Katakuri
talking
didn't
about
see
less
himself as
than.
less than.
Katakuri was self conscious, same way Sanji was.
Katakuri was
He's
deading
a
niggas that
Conqueror's user.
laughed at him.
He's a Conqueror's
He
user,
wasn't
is he
hiding.
not?
I
Wait,
don't
wait,
think.
is he a
Katakuri wasn't
Conqueror's
getting
user?
upset
Wait,
about it.
was
Let me
there a
jump in. You know what?
is there a Conqueror's user in Katakuri that saw himself as less than?
You know what? Let me jump in. Yeah, I don't think that's a strong enough point. But even if I was to give it to you, that's cool. The fact is that
It's
don't.
not a strong enough point.
I don't think that's a
Katakuri
strong.
was beating
The fact.
people up when he was a
Katakuri being
I
kid.
don't think.
insecure as
Hold on.
he
Let
was.
me finish. Let me finish.
You man aren't listening, man.
I don't think he saw himself as less
Think
than
about it. You're
in this
telling me that he couldn't. Sanji
Sanji.
can't be a conqueror because he's insecure.
No,
He
no.
But
sees
That
himself as
Katakuri
less
wasn't
than. So
insecure.
did Katakuri.
No, he didn't.
So why was he
let
covering
me
up his
let
face?
me finish what I'm trying to
Because
say. Yeah.
people were laughing at it and he was beating people up.
Duh.
Let
Okay,
me
so how does
finish
that make me
what I'm trying to
insecure
say. Let
if
me
you
finish
laugh
what
at me and I'll F you up? How
Oh
does that make
my
me
god.
insecure?
So if we're in blue coats and a man's got dry lips, yeah, and he's got snood over his mouth every day, that don't make him insecure.
No, because I just don't want
Then
to
I
have to
don't know
struggle
for
to
you,
go
man.
through that and have to
what
punch you
I'm
up
You man
trying to
every
say.
just, I
lunch
don't know.
break.
I don't know.
And
That don't make
Even
you
it's just
insecure.
too
no,
much
Covering
stress
both you,
up,
both,
punishing you up every
both,
covering
lunch
both
up
you,
break.
something about yourself
both
that
you,
you
both
don't
you,
like don't make you insecure. Okay,
both you.
this what
Even if,
happens.
even
This what
if
happens when
I,
you're. This is what happens when you're Sanji's
yo,
lawyer. We're used to it.
my guy, even if I was to give that to you, fine, whatever. It's just that I don't think because I think you came up with decent points with the Odin stuff, dancing. Okay, cool, whatever. I just don't think Sanji has enough clear-cut moments to show that he is a conqueror, if that makes sense.
Bro.
Because
If
with everyone else, let me finish. With everyone else, you can say, okay, yeah, they've had these moments, but they've had very much had the clear-cut, solid moments to show why they are. And with Sanji, what you said is moments why you've basically given low points to the characters that I've named, but there's no high points to Sanji to show that he's clear conqueror. With Zoro, I don't really like him as a conqueror, but there is very much clear cut points to show why he is a
the
conqueror.
most clear cut
Give me
point, the
reasons
most
Sanji
clear
is
cut
clear cut.
point, the most clear cut point to Sanji being a conqueror is in his character introduction. It's the flashback with Zev when he was 8. That's when you
That's not
see.
clear.
Now let him finish. Let him finish.
Listen, that's when you see that the boy's a conqueror. That's where you
What did he
see
do?
he's a dreamer, like a Luffy, like a Roger. Yeah, and
Because
he has the
dreamer.
will, and of course, he's a dreamer. He wants to find the all blue. Is that shit even real?
Hold on. So because he's a dreamer, that's a clear cut point to show
No,
why
no.
he's a.
I'm saying, wait. So is Luffy, Roger, and Sanji not dreamers because of their dreams?
Come on, man.
Is that not, or that what? So Sanji don't get to be a dreamer. Luffy's
Come
trying to
on,
find
man.
something he don't know exists. Sanji's trying to find something he don't know exists. Roger's trying
Okay.
to find
uh,
something he don't know
But
exists.
but
But when
but
Sanji's
but
included, it
but
it,
can I
it,
now
it
say
don't
okay?
slap. Wait,
Say
I'm not
say
even
you
finished.
say that.
What are
Go
we
on.
really talking about?
Fam, that's just
Okay,
one of the points I raised.
go on. More
What
more
I'm
else?
I'm
flesh point
telling
to what.
you, I'm telling you,
Because
yeah.
you know with the
Not
dream stuff,
only, not
Nami
only
has
it,
a dream, Robin
forget the
has a
seeking
dream,
thing, yeah. Forget
everyone
the
has a
seeking
dream, bro.
thing.
No,
Yeah. But my thing
All
is,
have
my
everybody
dreams.
thing
should be
is,
a
yeah.
conqueror, innit?
He
They
has
all
Give
the
have
it to
dreams.
everybody.
fam. He has the conviction, bro.
They
Give it
all
to
have
everybody,
dreams.
It's
innit?
all
Nami
in the
has a dream,
flashback.
bro.
Give it to
Nami
no,
has a dream.
Did
John.
you hear what he see? Do you know
Just
what
give
it
it to
is?
everybody.
When you lot forget, yeah, what he said in the scene when the ship he was on was gonna sink. Man, he was fighting tooth and nail to stay alive because I'm gonna find the all blue someday. Free my guy, bro.
Come on, man.
He's one of them ones, and it's just a matter of time, bro.
That's proper weak, man. I can't lie to you.
John, he's actually just
It's it's
waffling.
it's weak.
It's weak.
It's weak that he wants to find the all blue and he was ready to die about that shit. That's weak. It's cool because
I'm pretty
when
Mm.
sure,
Zora
sure
when
Robin
Zora's dream
has
no
gone through similar
when
things.
Zora's
Huh?
dream
But
when
when he was
Zora's
at
dream yeah when
When he was
Zora's
at Whole
dream
Cake, he
is to
was
be
ready to give
strongest
up on
swordsman
that
yeah
dream.
and he's ready to die about it. It's cool. But when Sanji's 8 yeah telling the chefs let's fight, he's holding knives 8 years old trying to scrap the chef saying he's not dying here right now because he's gonna find the all blue one day.
Okay, how about when he's
But it's
18
not
going
cool
to
when he
Whole
does
Cake
it. I
Island?
mean,
All right,
I'm
cool,
used
cool.
to this.
We
I'm
can
used to
agree to disagree.
this.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
But
but
this
do
is
you know
what
what
I'll
you're not
say
looking at?
before we
And this
move
is
on.
the
Hold
thing
on,
I've been telling
hold
you,
on. This
man.
is
The
this.
whole
I'm gonna
time
say
we've
this
been having this
before I let
discussion,
you
yeah,
land. Yeah.
I've been telling you, man, yeah. So what Kwame just said, what you said something, but my thing is, you know, it's not looking at him after whole cake. Since post whole cake, the boy had trauma.
Oh,
He's
come on,
overcome the
man.
trauma. Like
Oh
it
my
just
god.
it's just mad to me how you watch the German flashback, yeah,
Okay,
and you don't
since
cut this
Whole Cake,
guy no slack
what has
for
it
why he
what has he
doubts
done since Whole
himself.
Cake? What has he done since Whole Cake apart from fight Queen?
It's the conviction, my guy.
What conviction has he shown since Whole Cake?
What conviction has he shown,
Yeah, what has he done to show conviction since Whole Cake?
You know
my
what? Yeah,
guy?
we're gonna go around
He
in
was
circles.
fighting Queen. He was fighting Queen, and he said it to you as well.
And
He
they said it to
said,
Zoro.
"What does Zoro? What does Luffy need?" He said, "Does he need the soldier of science, complete madman, or should I accept who I am and be that guy that will lose to the to the weakest bad thing?" And he went through with himself.
How is that
He destroyed the rate.
conviction?
Kwame,
That's the.
let me jump in. Let me
How
jump
is
in.
that not conviction?
We can
He's
agree to
think about it.
disagree.
He's
Cool.
accepted himself for who he
No,
is
no, no, no,
now.
no, no, no. Okay, cool. You can say all this.
I
Fine.
hate the boy. Where's calm? We're
Even if
used to this.
even if we agree to what you're saying, whatever. out of everyone that's been shown to be a conqueror that we've actually had enough screen time to actually see, he would be the weakest, even if he is. It's the
I
weakest
think that's
version.
absolute bullshit because if I was to go through the list now, off the top of my head, Chinja was a user.
Did you hear what I said?
Doflamingo is a
Did you hear
user.
what I said?
Fucking
Did you
He
hear what I
said
like
it.
said?
He said. He
There's
said. He
Doflamingo,
said enough.
characters
He
that
said
we
enough
spent
screen
Doflamingo
enough
time.
and
time with.
Chinja are weaker than Sanji
Bro,
now.
you
He
heard
said
what I
enough.
said, right?
He
Because I
said
knew he was
enough
gonna say
screen
this. I said
time.
the characters that we spent enough time with.
Daryl just
You know,
loves
he
to
said that.
dance,
Okay,
man. He's
okay,
dancing. He's
Doflamingo's had bare
dancing.
screen time. We've seen his whole
Come. Let's move
story.
on, man. He's dancing.
Sanji's stronger than him now without it
He's
being confirmed.
dancing, man.
It's all
Okay,
right.
let's move on. Let's
Come.
move
Let's
on.
Let's
move on, man.
definitely
Let's move
move
on.
on.
Because he's
Free
dancing. He's
Sanji.
dancing.
Because I clearly said what I said because I knew he was gonna say that.
Literally, he's dancing, man.
Listen,
Man said Chinja
you
first
man,
time.
No,
you
Chinja.
man.
put forth
I said Don
your
Chinja
thoughts.
with the
You
egghead.
Say
put
nothing.
forth your thoughts why you don't think he's one of them ones. I told you why I think he is. We can move on.
Okay.
It's all right.
I'm just saying he'll get it in like 2 arcs, but it's like
He's
either
allowed.
way,
He's allowed to get it because of how the story is moving. Yeah,
it's
it's
only
fine
Not
based
because
on
of his
story.
character.
No,
with his
Okay
characters, with
then.
how the story is
not
moving.
at
Okay
all
then.
based
That's
on
okay
character.
then. Okay. So now I know where you man's coming from.
I'm saying like
You know how
literally
I came.
it's
I said it in the chat. I said he's not getting. He's getting it because of how the story is moving. Not.
Not
I'm
because of
not.
him.
It's
And I
because of.
hear it. I hear it. I hear it.
I'm saying
He's getting it because Oda's giving out free ACOC. We get it. It's
yes,
cool.
that
Yeah.
Yes.
he's giving out
Yes.
tokens,
Okay.
100%.
He's
He's
giving
giving
out
out
free to
tokens.
yes.
I'm saying he's given out so much free tokens that before he
Yep.
even considered
Token gang.
before he even considered giving Sanji ACOC, he's brought in a new character which is a giant and automatically given him ACOC.
Probably.
That's how much left behind Sanji is.
Okay. We hear it. We know. All I'm saying is when we get our reveal, stay over there, please.
No,
But just
you
he does get
I said Sanji will get ACOC before you.
do you know
It's in
it's
the
not
Okay.
chat.
but it's not a feat to
It's in
say
the
that.
chat.
It's
No,
not a
but
feat
my
to
thing,
say
it
No,
doesn't
no,
matter
it's not a
about
fee to say that.
for me. It
I'm
doesn't
only
matter
saying that.
about
I'm only
it
saying
doesn't
that to
matter
say
about who said
I'm not
what
on the
first.
other side saying he's not gonna get
My
it.
thing is you're telling me he's not one of them ones. He's getting it because everyone's getting it. That's cool.
Yeah,
Exactly. So that's cool.
I'm saying Usopp might get it before
And
him.
wait, he's so dead that the prince of the giants having it is somehow bad for Sanji. That's cool. We know.
I, I'm
We're
saying
used to this.
I'm saying Usopp might get it before him.
That's
no, he's
cool
not.
as well.
Okay.
Token gang.
You
So
know the
what
way you
happened next?
talk
So
here.
think about it. We've gone through
I
the
swear,
chapter.
you
We've
know the way you
discussed.
man talk here. It's the reason why I could never do football podcasts with you because the bias is so crazy. It's like the same bias.
How?
Yeah,
The
but
bias
think
from you
about it.
guys is so mad
How
from
is it
both.
biased? How is it biased that you stated your reasons why not? Yeah, and I've stated my reasons why. Now we're biased.
The
I'm
fact
saying
that
I don't know how it's
man said
biased, and I was the
That's
first
what
one
your
to
boy
say
said.
he'll
He
get
said
it.
that man
the
them are
fact that man
biased.
said Usopp, man, like you man can't talk subjectively. Like I mean, you man can't talk objectively. It's always like somewhat subjective.
How?
It's just
Not
it's
for
just
me.
it just feels so subjective.
I'm saying the only reason I'm talking like this now is because Daryl has shown such weak points as to why he's gonna get it. Bear in
Yeah,
mind,
but
I can bring up the
just
chat
because you don't
like
like it,
three.
don't
I'm
mean it's
saying
weak. You told
I'm not. No,
me
no,
you don't like
I'm
how
not.
we handled this, but you said Pim about how Oda handled it. You told me he feels like he's less than. You said Pim about
No.
Katakuri feeling less
John
than.
said
That's
that.
all
I
I'm
didn't say
saying.
that. John said that. My main point is that I've said 3 to 4 months ago he's gonna get ACOC. My conversation now isn't anything to do with talking down on Sanji getting it or not getting it. I know he's going to get it
You're saying he
story
don't
wise.
deserve it because of his character. Exactly.
I'm saying
So
from
stay
what he's
there.
shown,
Stay
I'm saying
there. You don't
what he's
you
shown so
don't
far,
value what
he's not
he's
a
done as a
conqueror.
character. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
cool.
already said the character's weak. It's a weak
Exactly.
character.
It's weak.
Weak.
Exactly.
Yeah,
One of
it's
the
a
best written
weak character.
characters in the show is weak. It's cool.
No
But,
way.
So my
but
thing is, yeah, I heard the man them saying we're about to move on. There's a
Meaty,
lot that happened in this chapter. We've spoken about Sanji was one of the topics. I'm trying to move on.
meaty, meaty. Okay,
This
cool.
thing is mad.
Let's move on though to the King Harold story.
So yeah, what we need to talk about
Let's
next
get
is
down to
the
the
whole
nitty
dynamic
gritty.
between Hiruden and Loki. And you know me, I've been a top Hiruden hater for a minute,
Oh,
but
you've been
he's
number
starting to
one.
grow on, man.
Nah, he's a waste man. He's a
Why?
waste man.
He's a waste man,
He's a
but
waste man. I can't lie. This is the most. This is the most. Um. This is the biggest gap between siblings that we've ever seen in One Piece.
Wait, hold on.
This is the biggest
I need to
gap.
say, why does it have to now go back to power scaling? I thought you were talking
No,
about
no,
him.
no, no,
no,
no.
but
You
deep it.
see,
These
that's what I'm saying.
people are
Don't, no,
about
don't,
war,
no.
though.
Yeah,
These
pause,
people are
pause,
about war. So Hiruden being
pause.
strong
No,
would have
but
been better for his character
Daryl,
and all this.
Daryl.
Darren
In what I said,
why.
why is that power scaling, John? I'm not even in what I said. I'm not even talking anything about strength.
What do you mean by gaps?
It could be
Harrigan is
anything. Let's be honest, yeah. It
Harrigan
doesn't
is a
even have to be
waste
strength.
man.
Loki is way colder than him in everything. It doesn't even have to be
But
strength.
I'm asking, why are you starting to like him more? Tell me.
Oh no, the reason I'm starting to like Haruden more is just because narratively, I like how devoted he is to his dad, and I like how he's trying to get the truth out of dude. Like I looked at what's his name, Haruden, as a complete bum because I knew him from Just Rosa. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
even surprised that
Character.
narratively Oda even has anything for him. I would have if you
Mm.
told me when we was in college that yeah, this Haruden guy is a prince of Elbath, I would have just laughed
Yeah.
at you. Fam. But
I would have said,
no,
yeah, I would
he's
have said Elwaf is moist.
you know,
I
but
would have said Elwaf is moist.
character wise, you know, I'm looking forward to the flashback with him and Loki. Harden's all right. Me, I'm
Oh,
a big Loki
Arrow-
fan.
well,
Loki's my guy.
I like both of them to be fair.
Yeah. Like I used to not like
Okay,
Harden, but
ish.
now I like him.
I'm just clocking. Luffy stayed back to hear that story.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, look at the panel. If you go down to the panel, I just looked at it after Gabon, when Gabon's laying down with the IV drip behind him. Yeah, after this, go down. So you see them there, and the other giants are on the lift waiting for hydrogen. And here, wait, go stop there. Where it says Stanson, go without me. Go up. The panel above. Yeah, there. Where it says Stanson, I'm sorry, go ahead without me. In the background, them man are on the lift, and that's where Zoro and Sanji are. And then Luffy says, Zoro, Sanji, I'll catch up in a bit. And then Zoro says this dumb Shanks thing again. He says, hey, don't call Shanks dumb. Then he said he means you're the dumb one. So Zoro and Sanji are in the distance. They're on the lift going up to go see Emo and them man with the lift. Luffy is on Hadrian's shoulder, and they're staying
And
behind to
we're probably getting that dynamic duo versus Dorian Broggy fight
that's
that your boy wants. But
that's what I said. That's why I asked the
don't
question
you think that
earlier.
fight shit though?
That's why I asked the question. I said, do you
Uh,
think Sanji's taking out Dory Brogy?
Sanji's taking out anyone they put in front of him. My thing is
Come
that what
on,
we want?
come on, man. What's all this about? Don't let
Hey,
him see Zoro.
side note, yeah. Side note, what killed me in the chapter, yeah. Sanji was saying how, when Sanji asked Scopper if he has it, he was
Hmm?
saying how,
I'm back to
the
this.
way things are going, he was like, the way things are going, it's looking like Jinbei and Zoro were about to usurp me. So,
Yeah,
hey, we know what he thinks. But anyway, back to the actual topic.
yeah, because he knows he's on his last legs, man. He's almost getting kicked out of the
Hey,
crew
fam,
and that.
no, fam, listen to what I'm telling you. Sanji was saying that as we are now, Jinbei and Zoro haven't usurped him. Man said the way things. But anyway,
Uh,
that's a different
all
topic.
right, we know we're
No, no,
gonna.
no, 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 no. Let's stick
Oh,
to the
come
Giants.
on.
Let's stick to. That's why I brought.
Don't
Let's
bite
stick
that.
to the Giants.
John,
Let's go
don't
back to
bite,
the
don't
Giants.
bite,
Let's go
don't
back.
bite, don't
Don't
bite,
bite. That's what I'm
Hold,
telling you.
hold
Don't
don't
on.
bite.
bite.
Let's go. Let's
You
go back
see,
to the
He
Giants.
he he knows what he's doing. He knows what
Let's
he's
go.
doing.
Listen, guys.
so
Let's
anything
go back.
about with that?
How are you
I
mad?
just no. Okay, I'm gonna say something, and we're gonna stop there. He said
Mm.
it. Obviously, the reason why it's been said is because he's going to get a power boost. It's very clear. Let's just move up. Just let's move on from that.
Yeah, I'm just saying what he said. You know. But
Don't even bite.
back to the actual Giants. Yeah, I mean, the point you brought up was that Luffy's staying behind. I'm trying to talk about the actual flashback itself. And the thing about the flashback is it's mad because this is a time frame that's pre Roger and pre Rocks, and we don't know of you know we don't really know of anything significant that happened at this time. But I'm
Okay,
interested
wait.
to
See this.
see
Okay, wait, see
a
this. See
hundred
this.
years ago.
Let's go through it. So what the story that the reason Loki's imprisoned, and the story like two panels above where we are now, that that hydrogen shouts out. That's or that Gabon is basically telling everybody what everybody else knows, is that 14 years ago, Loki basically caught 115 bodies. He murdered 113 members of the castle guard. He is Loki that put the sword in Elder Jarl's head,
The
and
worst criminal our country's ever known.
he killed his own dad. Worst, yeah, worst criminal.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
What about it?
so I'm saying that's the story that he's seen. I want to compare that story to kind of what it looks like from when we go further down into the chapter, because obviously he hasn't put the sword in Elder Yarl's head because they came in together.
Yeah, no
They,
facts.
they were
Well, I
they
I
were
feel
both
like
summoned together.
the biggest giveaway that Loki is a good guy, and this is a thing that narratively I don't actually
Give it
like,
away. We
is
knew he was a
the
good guy
way,
the time we saw
huh?
him. We all
Yeah, we
knew he
knew
was
this some time ago.
Yeah,
coming.
but my thing is,
I
yeah,
think I
I
even
just
said this in
don't
the
like
chat.
I don't like how gung ho Luffy is with it.
It's
You
Why
not.
though?
know, I
It's
think
a
it's just
feeling.
it feels
It's a-
like it's just advancing the plot to me. You know,
Yeah,
because I wanted Loki to show us more that he's good rather, but Luffy's been hammering it home that he's good, he's this, he's that, and
and
well, no.
that's
To be fair,
Shanks is
I think that's going to be important down the
it
line
isn't it
because
is important, but
I think
it's kind of already ruined the flashback for me where I know the way Luffy's been going on about dude, I know that
oh,
it wasn't
so
his fault already.
this
yeah.
sounds more
Okay, fair. I agree with
like
that.
where the author is basically telling us instead of showing us.
Yeah, facts,
Yeah,
facts. And I would
but
rather him show me because I liked when, because you know Loki from other shows, the mythology, like he's actually a bastard, but our
Yeah,
yeah, it's
Loki
supposed to
is
be a
clearly a
trickster and
good
a
guy.
boss. But no, in some of them, he's depicted okay.
Yeah,
it,
no, true, but I liked how, because we came in with thinking he was evil, but
I
then now
I
before
don't
the
know why.
flashbacks even
I
happened, we know
actually
he's
never thought
good.
he was evil.
Yeah, I thought it was very clear that he was gonna be
From
a good.
yeah, from I'm even gonna check the chat because I must have said it ages ago.
Yeah,
At
but
one at
I feel
one
like
point, it was clear that
Luffy's
when
kind
they
of
hammered it
ruined
down.
it being up in the air at all.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
At one point, when they hammered it down so much in terms
yeah.
of Loki being the worst criminal, I just knew like, nah, I bet he
Yeah,
didn't
But
even do
but
it.
deep it, yeah, for the
it's
flashback you're about to
too
see, for
your
the
face.
flashback you're about to see, I would have rather gone into it not knowing if Loki had actually done it or not. But when we get the flashback clearly with no silhouettes, yeah, with what happened with Harold and whatnot, we know now for sure that it was the Holy Knights, that it was Emu. Like we already know now.
Yeah, we already know. Yeah,
Like it's easy
Oh
to
my god!
tell.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at what I'm about to send into the chat.
Man's doing up Law's name in vain, this better be good.
Wait one sec, fam.
what it is because I can't be able to look on my phone because I'm playing
I,
Crash
pred-
Bandicoot.
I predicted Luffy. Wait one sec.
Oh my days, he's trying to get clout. This guy.
I'm trying to get big clout. No, it's lit. It's lit. It's lit.
You
Wait,
need to you need to
hold
show
on.
it on screen, bro. No one's gonna believe you.
Oh, no, to show that on screen, and it's private chat, innit? This is our chat. One sec. Uh,
Whilst you're waiting for that, right? What do you man think
oh
of?
yeah. Look. Wait, just you might check the chat right now, quick.
Tell me what.
I basically said, yeah. Um, I said, let me go back to it. He's used to sensing WB crew from the island, like in Odin flashback, so he defo should know. Okay, so that's Shanks. Fam, man said, I think he gave them the key because they're gonna need to tag team with Loki to stop the God's Knights. Oh my god, who am I? I said this in
Wait, wait,
I said
I
this in
don't.
February.
wait. What are we chatting about? Who's? Wait, what's going on?
I
Who's tag
said,
team?
but I said I believe ACOC puts a higher level of haki on your attack in terms of strength wise. So Gabon knew he would lose because he felt their haki when they were about to attack. But I believe he knew he would lose from the start. He just wanted to test Zoro and see if they're down to ride out. Basically, that's why he said, "Come find me when it's safe," because he probs knows the God's Knights are here on Elbaf. He's used to sensing Whitebeard's crew from Gabon is used to sensing
Oh,
Whitebeard's
oh,
crew
oh.
from
So you
across
think
the
you're
island,
cold because
like in
Scopper
Oden
said in the
flashback.
chapter
So
that he's felt this hacky 14
no, no,
years
no, no,
ago and it's
bro,
the same thing.
bro. I said this in February. I said this
Yeah,
when they
but
were doing the
that's
key fight.
your only feat is the fact that you said Scopper was sensing man, and then in this
No, no,
chapter
no, no,
Scopper
no.
said he was
Uh,
sensing man. That's all
no,
you're getting.
no. Hear what I
That's
said
all man's
after that.
giving you.
Hear what I said after that. I said Gabon's used to
For me,
sensing.
explain it to me like bit by bit because I'm not looking at it.
So okay, so basically, what I said was, I believe ACOC puts a higher level of haki on your attack in terms of strength wise. So Scopper Gabon knew
First of all,
he,
let's break it down as we go along. You saying that you're not cold for that. We
I'm not.
all read one and together.
I'm
Okay,
not
part
cold.
two.
I'm not cold for that.
Yeah, yeah, facts. But part two, part two, part two.
All I'm saying is evidencing why I'm having my theory at the end. So I'm saying, in terms of strengths wise, so Gabon knew he. So when they did the key fight with Luffy, Zoro, and Gabon, Gabon knew he would lose because he felt their haki when they were about to attack. But then I said, but I believe he knew he would lose from the start of it. So like he sensed their haki from the start of the whole game thing. He just wanted to test Zoro and see if they're down to ride out, basically. Because that's why he then said, "Oh, he's got a good crew." When Zoro said, "Dodge." So I said, that's why he said, come out at the end of the key game. I said, that's why Gaban said, come find me when it's safe, because he probs knows the God's Knights are here on Elbaf. So that's why he said the line of, come find me if Elbaf isn't in tatters or if Elbaf isn't destroyed, come find me afterwards. That's what Gaban said when he left the key to Loki's key to Zoro and Luffy. But when he said that, to evidence the theory I'm about to make, I said Gaban he's already like previously when he was on Roger Pirates, he's used to when in Odin's flashback when Whitebeard and Roger will sense each other, the crews will sense each other from across the island. So they know when niggas with Haki are about from time away and they start ducking to each other. So I said Gaban is used to sensing Whitebeard's crew from across the island, like in Odin's flashback. So he defo should know. So like he should know that the God's Knights are here because he's used to sensing Haki from far away. I then said, I think he gave them the key. This is the theory. I said, I think he gave them the key in terms of Luffy and Zoro because they're going to need to tag team with Loki to stop the God's Knights. I called this fight from February.
Between
Let me
Lu-
say,
Luffy, Zoro, and Loki tag team, bro.
let me say this year.
I mean,
One, I don't think that's cold.
I know.
Wait,
I know. Pause, pause, pause,
Let me
pause,
finish. Let me
pause,
finish.
pause, 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 pause.
I've
After
let you
that,
do your thing.
do
I
no,
let you.
no, 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 no,
I
my
let you do
literally
your thing. Let
my
me.
what's it my direct line after that before you continue just so I complete it. My direct line after that was it fits my theory that Loki has Conqueror's Haki, but plot twist, guys. I believe Sanji will get Conqueror's Haki soon.
Okay, now let me say one. I don't think you're cold for anything you've just said there. Because one thing I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Daryl. Obviously, Ensemble's not here. A lot of your theories are like very quote like the kind of obvious type of thing. It's like saying, "Oh, Zoro is gonna do a sky splitting attack." Is okay. Like you're not cold for saying that type of thing. Another thing is that I don't care about
fam,
theories because
saying
you
that.
know, like
Sorry,
I
but
don't
saying
care.
that Loki, saying that fucking Zoro, Sanji, and Loki is gonna team up. That's not groundbreaking.
Not cold.
Fam,
It's not.
no, no. I'm waiting for you man to finish. Actually, go on.
It's just not. It's just not cold enough.
Okay, so pause
Like
there. So
too many
pause
of your
there.
theories are too like anyone could say it type of thing.
I'm saying, but this is now
You're
this
too
is where
proud
I
of your
start.
theories and they're not cold enough. I'm telling you.
Okay, so this is where I start to slaughter you, man, because you man are actually waste man. Because before this year, that paragraph that I just read out was in response, and before this, Worth in the chat, I can send it to the chat now. Worth was asking if the key attack was even coated with ACOC. Daryl was talking about what's it? One second. Daryl was telling me when I said when I said because of Loki, my direct
I
line
thought man
before
was
that.
Mr. Prince, but
Oh, it's my bad. Mr.
Daryl.
Prince was like before I said that paragraph, I said what's it? We're about to see what a giant with conqueror's haki looks like, guys. Mind blowing emoji. Daryl said, but agenda comes first. Man's talking about giants.
yeah, but I feel like
So
Loki,
how you
Loki,
telling me
Loki
is
having conquerors is expected.
how you telling me is obvious when niggas are telling me that when I'm saying these things, people telling me I have an agenda, but then 3 months, 4 months later now, when it actually comes true, niggas telling me, oh, it's not impressive. Everybody knew that. Okay,
You know what? Yeah, you're talking to the wrong person because I don't rate
I
theories.
don't.
I don't
My
care.
thing is, I already
because you're
like niggas
offensive,
already
fam.
knew he had
No, no,
conquerors.
it's not. I've never cared about theories. I just don't care, man.
My thing is, what do you man think about Luffy telling Loki to join the crew? Where do you think that goes? Is it Grand Fleet or is it?
Nah, I think it becomes with after
You guys are not.
Loki's freed, he doesn't Hydrogen stays behind to be the king of Elbaf after all this is over, and Loki becomes the captain
You
of
think
the
um,
warrior pirates.
giant pirates like captain or whatever?
What?
Mm,
You could be captain of the giant pirates after you. Like you never know.
Yeah,
do
that's
you
what I'm
look?
saying. I'm saying I think Hydrogen stays to be king of Elbaf. That they make an agreement. Hydrogen stays behind to be king of Elbaf, and Loki becomes the giant warrior pirates captain.
I think Loki could die. You know,
Oh, not sure.
I think there's a possibility
Hey,
because
hey,
it's
Fam,
hey,
like,
it's
just,
too
just,
late. It's
just
too
say,
late in the game, innit? If
just say.
it's
I basically
huh?
was the first one to say that he could be Pirate King. I mean the giant captain, but it's not a cold theory type of thing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you
because
go on YouTube,
it's
type it
the
in,
obvious. He
and
should
there's
be
going
king
to
now.
be
100.
people who say that.
But
Yeah, yeah, because he
but
should
I'm
be the
saying
king
that
now. In a different world, he would be king now.
that's not really a theory. That's just saying that
It
that could
is.
happen.
It's a theory.
But
He becomes
okay, first,
the
first,
captain of the giant
I give
pirate.
Yeah,
you that. I give you that.
you could say that's a theory.
Yeah, yeah. As I'm saying, you can say that. You can say that. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying it's much more obscure to see a character and before anything is said about the character, then saying, yeah, we're going to see the first giant with ACOC and they're about to tag team with Luffy or Zoro versus the God Knights after we just seen one God Knight touch the island or not even interact with Luffy and that.
Hey,
So
you thought
couple
for
niggas didn't even know that Luffy and them will even interact with the God's Knights. So
Yeah, but of course they would. They're the ops of the island.
in them times in February, people were still hoping, oh, okay, maybe hopefully Luffy just catches a glimpse of the fake Shanks or his brother, so that we can see, oh, is Luffy gonna get excited, and then and then two of them don't
I
even
think
cross
that
paths.
Shamrock fight is gonna be for Zoro,
Yeah, he has a sword as well, and he has the wolf thing.
and that will be an aura clash.
do you know what? Yeah, if Zoro fights Shamrock, you'll never hear me gas Zoro ever again in my like. You'll
Why
never.
not?
No,
I-
I've told you this is not a feat for Zoro if he defeats these niggas. It's not
Yeah,
good for his character.
What?
I'm telling you, man.
I was gonna say, do you man rate Shamrock like that?
Of course.
I don't really rate him, you know.
Why?
I don't know because
I don't really care.
he's captain, but I don't know, man. Something just not letting me rate him. I don't. I mean, I think maybe I
Just
don't rate his
around
fruit,
him on gold.
or I don't rate something about him.
I think you probably don't rate the Cerberus thing, but
I
I
don't
feel
rate the
like
Cerberus thing. I definitely don't.
I don't really rate
that's base level. I think he's got way more to his game.
the Cerberus thing. Isn't really. I don't really rate it.
I'll be real. The Cerberus thing, you know me, I'm Oda's lawyer. I'll say I liked it, but it wasn't
Okay,
wow. It wasn't nothing to go gas.
you man, 2 secs.
It wasn't
Like
nothing to
Cerberus
go.
thing isn't really gas, and I think because I'm seeing the rest of the Holy Knight, and I'm not really rating at the moment. Even though I'm rating a little bit more now, but generally speaking, I don't really rate them.
But
Uh,
my thing is, yeah, how can you not rate a Shamrock win when
No,
Surely
no,
you rate the King win. Did you rate
it's
the win against King?
about no, I didn't. I've been look. Everyone knows my opinion on Zoro. It's about his character and how his character should be progressed. He's a samurai. He's a swordsman, and it should be progressed in that way, not just guy.
1-0
Happen,
was the place, and it
and it
didn't
didn't
happen.
happen. And it
It
didn't
didn't
happen.
happen.
I said
Yeah,
Zoro. I've said this from college.
yeah,
Zoro is
but
only
no
fought
one's
one
about to.
guy
No
who's
one's about
actually
to
a
complain
swordsman.
about.
It's just me who's
Oda does this. I feel
me,
like Oda does this shit on purpose, where he
and I
knows
don't
that
like
he
it.
hasn't. I feel like Oda doesn't. He knows he doesn't have to, delve into Zoro's character because all he has to
No,
do
no,
is make him look cool.
it's not
That's
about
enough.
it's about the strength. It's about the strength. So there's you can look at it from a character perspective, but you can also look at it from a strength perspective. Because of Zoro's character he's trying to be the strongest swordsman. So I would expect him to at least fight some guys who are somewhat similar to him.
Yeah, yeah. For him
And
to
he
climb
doesn't
the
do
ladder.
and he doesn't do it.
Yeah,
Like
no, he
there's
don't.
nothing wrong with him fighting guys that are just happen
Yeah,
to
but
have a sword.
haven't you
But to
noticed?
fight
Yeah,
more guys. Look,
despite
one
him
more thing.
not doing any of this, no one cares. Like everyone's still
It's me
gang.
who cares. It's me. It's me. I'm the only one who cares. That's what I'm saying. I'm not rating. Like
Yeah, but
throughout the
he
series, he's
can like
only fought
he can
one
do no
guy who's a
wrong. He
swordsman.
can do no wrong. So
To
I
me,
feel
he's
like
doing wrong. This is the wrong move for Zoro. Right? He's
so
only
wait
fought one guy in the series who's a
yeah,
swordsman,
but
and it was a zombie.
even though me, I'm one of his top haters. I feel like the Shamrock win. That's a scalp. Like that's a feat. Like
Of course,
no.
it's a feat, but it's not good for his character, from my opinion. You know what I mean? You
So
can't. I
what?
can't
So
say the King thing isn't a win. They're all W's. Of course, they're all W's. But to progress his character in the right way, you need to have guys who are somewhat similar to him
okay. So what do you think is
because of his
missing from his
occupation.
character? Because for me, his character is solidified. Like we know what he is. Like what else is there to know?
It's not
The,
about no. It's not about knowing about the look. It's about how he progresses in strength.
oh, okay.
The
I hear
way
that.
he progresses in strength is
The
important
way
because
no, that's a good
character.
point because the way he's progressed in strength for me, because people forget, I'm actually a Zoro fan.
I
So
like
when I look at how people forget, but when I look at how he's progressed in strength, I think it's been bullshit.
it's bullshit.
It's bullshit. Like I was saying today in the chat, like what's wrong with Zoro? Yeah, getting into one. Remember, the Straw Hats were in Wano whilst Luffy was still wrapping up with Whole Cake. Your boy's doing up Magistrate Killer,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
back.
Instead of him doing Magistrate Killer, wouldn't it have been better for him to like go on some Takezo
Exactly.
vagabond type expansion? He goes out as a Ronin whilst
The
waiting
whole
for
the whole
Luffy, and then
So
he
what
character.
we
just
talking
has
about?
clashes
People
and
need to
he
remember
unlocks swords. He like finds shit. That would have
exactly.
been
You're
way
saying
better. Yeah, but
exactly
listen. My
everything.
thing is,
They there's
I hear what Oda's doing. Do you know why?
he's
He
leaving
doesn't
games on
have
the table.
to. He doesn't have to. This guy's already the king of everyone.
Who?
He's
He's the
leaving
king
games
of
on the
hell.
table. Zoro. Too many
Huh?
games.
Okay.
There's too many missed opportunities.
No
For
facts.
what
I
though?
feel like Wano would have been so good if he had done that. If he had, you know, got some insight on Ryuma. Because you know what I was disappointed in. I don't care about his family lineage because they're bums in it. But what I wanted was a link between him and Ryuma because clearly Ryuma's his descendant. But we didn't even get that.
We're not getting anything. There's too many missed opportunities with Zoro and his strength level and his progression to strength. And it's
Listen, I
not just
fam.
about the character. The strength part of Zoro, this actual fighting part of Zoro is a key part to his character, and they're
No facts,
leaving
facts.
opportunity.
That
They're,
yeah,
they're leaving
that's
too
what
many
I was
stuff
gonna say. I was gonna say
Yeah, yeah.
literally
I feel like
with
no, I
Zoro,
agree with
it
you.
doesn't
The
important.
it
progression of strength has been dead.
It's very important to Zoro's character, and they're just missing too many opportunities.
that's what
Mm.
I was gonna say
Not like
literally
Sanji
with
or
Zoro.
Luffy. Sorry. The strength
Mm,
part to Luffy and Sanji is important, but it's not a key. It's not a key thing like that.
Yeah, yeah, because they're
His
not
key
based around
character.
being a good fighter. Well, Luffy
It's
can more is,
his
but
whole character is about strength and fighting and swordsmanship, and they don't do it in the right way.
yeah, with Zoro, I can't lie.
they're still gonna
Nothing,
gas him.
nothing about his character screams. I need a backstory. Literally, that's just what it
Yeah,
is.
that's why before you even came back, I was asking John like, what do you think's missing from his character? Like, because I don't think anything is.
Yeah,
Like
I think it literally is what it says on the tin.
he's here, isn't
It's
it?
just it's
Santori,
him.
we're
It's
here.
yeah,
Like
he's there. Santorio, onigiri.
he's
Thing
there,
is,
bro.
gonna
Like
do that with his character. Cool. That means you need to focus on the strength aspect
I
and
know,
how strong.
I know it won't be John, but when Zoro beats whoever he beats in Elbath, and I'm hearing that this fight ain't doing nothing for him, that fight ain't doing nothing for him. If he gets the better of Shamrock, by the way, he doesn't even have to defeat Shamrock because if Shamrock comes back and he fights Shamrock, I'm not expecting him to actually defeat him anyway. I'm expecting him to probably just get the better of it. But I know what's coming with that.
For me, Gunko's underrated. Made this whole God's Night thing dead. Can't lie. Gunko's just brought this whole God's Night thing down for me, because it's like
If, I thought
cool.
she brought it up recently because I wasn't rating her, but recently she's brought it up, but not
She hasn't
that
done. It's
high.
Emu. It's not her.
Yeah, but
Fair,
before that,
fair.
where did you rate Gunko?
Before that, I rated Gunko third
What
out of what we've seen.
No, not even amongst the holy knights. Like, what tier are you putting her in? Like, is she top 30? Like, is she about? Like, is she one of them ones?
Before then, I would say
I is
she's under, like, just below admiral level. But the only reason that
So, so,
puts
so
her
you rate her,
I
no, no,
and
don't
but
that's where
I,
Zora is.
Gavin.
no, I don't,
Do you know what? Yeah,
I
do you know what where she is? You know, she's one of the she's not strong, but because of the immortality
She's
thing,
that's
not
what
strong.
that's what I'm
wait,
saying.
wait, wait. Let me
I
finish. She's not actually that strong, but it's the immortality thing and the annoying devil fruits that make her annoying. It's
It's
like the
not even
Gorosei.
the
Hold on, it's
devil
like the Gorosei.
fruits.
The Gorosei are strong, but they're not as strong as you think. It's the immortality thing that makes it very annoying to actually defeat them, even if you're a top tail type of thing. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you
that's what I
mean,
was
but the
getting to. It's like
Because
Gorosei,
because because Luffy is stronger than every single Gorosei, but it's not easy for him to defeat. He doesn't even know how to defeat them. That's what
yeah,
makes them
no,
annoying.
facts. But
They're
the
the
thing
same.
about the thing about Gunko, with her being,
They're
you know,
CP9, the glorified CP9. I can't lie to you.
yeah, but Oda hasn't given us a physical beast from a woman other than Big Mom. Like the
Mm.
strong girls in One Piece, it's more technique based, it's more fruit based. It's or it'll be a weapon.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we're not
mm,
about to get a strong like it's the only strong female characters are Yamato and Big Mom in
I can't
yeah,
terms
lie.
yeah.
of
I rate Bo Hancock more than
I
Gunko.
rate Boa, but she's
yeah.
not that strong. But
Boa is not doing nothing with Gunko, and I'm not even talking about the Gunko that's been taken over. The
No, but
Gunko prior to
with or
being taken
without
over wipes the
but
without.
floor with
but
Boa.
but
No, no, no. I'm
I
saying
don't think that's
Gon.
a discredit to Boa Hancock because, like I
It's
said,
not
it's
because
an
your girl's
annoying
a
devil
fucking
fruit.
holy knight.
But
No, but
it's an
I'm
annoying
saying,
devil
where
fruit,
see,
and she's a
you're
more
not you're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying, for example, now what Daryl said with the Gonko after being taken over. Gonko after being taken over is not Gonko anymore. Gonko is gone right now. There's no more Gonko, and no matter what happens in her body from now to the end of the arc, while you see them swirly eyes, it's Emu.
fairs.
So
That's
we
true.
we can't accredit anything from when Dory and Brogy grabbed
Yeah,
her
but
to the book or
that's not
anything
even
to
what I'm
Gonko.
You're right.
that's not what I'm talking about.
No,
I'm
but
rating
Talking
I'm
about
saying
as I'm
so I'm
speaking to
saying
you,
before
man.
that.
I'm
So
looking at
I'm
hold
I'm
saying,
on,
but
looking at
let
Gunko,
Daryl land.
yeah. I'm
mm.
looking at Gunko before she was taken over. I was respecting what I was seeing anyway.
I wasn't respecting it.
So you
Now I
were
hear that because you know me,
so you were
I listen to a lot
respecting.
of streams here and a lot of discourses about a
Big
lot
same.
like Gunko is like one of the biggest topics where man them don't know where to scale her. A lot of man rate her and a lot of man don't. And with her, it's like boxing, fam. Like it's literally black and white. You literally have people that rate her and people that's like, nah, you rate her.
No, but I'm saying,
To
so
be
you
fair,
were
we need to
so you
see
were
them actually go one on one with anyone. But from the showing, they're not strong. They're just
But then
annoying.
you know all the men that say they don't rate Gunko, yeah. When I ask them what tier she is, what level she is, they're giving me high tiers. Man, them is
what
telling me just below Admiral.
I don't
Admiral
think.
is not a
Hey,
high tier right now. What
No, no. I think
did
Admiral is
you
still
did
high.
you hear
I
what
don't
you
think
just
he's
said?
even.
I'm
I think
saying
he's like
before,
vice admiral, man.
just wait, bro. I'm saying before John started explaining, and that's what the point I was getting to, was that Gonko is below Admiral level, or even just below Admiral level, whatever it is. But without the immortality thing, the immortality thing is what puts her over admirals. Without the immortality thing,
He's vice
every
admiral.
I'm saying, wait, every admiral will wipe the floor with her
Oh
deeply.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm saying, Paul,
But
so,
that's
so,
what I
so,
literally
so
said. I said they're not strong. It's just the
that
most.
that's what
No, no,
that's
no.
what
I didn't refute that. I just brought
that's
up.
what I was trying to do. Just wait, wait. So that's what I was trying to explain before John explained his part. But I'm saying so without the immortality thing, so I agree with John in that every admiral is wiping the floor with them. So you're below admiral level
Low
or
diff.
just below admiral level because of your status or where you are. I'm expecting a certain level of strength. If I go with what Worth says in terms of ACOC, I can put it in a certain level of thing. She should have ACOC. Let's put her in a certain bracket just below admiral level. If you take into context the
I don't
showing
think
of
she
what,
does, and I don't think
just
she
wait,
will.
just wait.
That's important.
If you take into context the showing in terms of what we've seen, her trying to torture Loki was literally abysmal. That was disgraceful. Her trying to use her arrows and torture Loki while he's chained up with Sea Stone Prison, can't use his fruit, has
But
to
you know what
sit
her
there.
best feat
Sorry,
was?
sorry to cut
Do you
you.
know
I
what her
remember
best feat
when
was?
I was trying
Go
to
on.
catch up, and you guys were talking about, oh, Gunko rated this because of the Loki thing being tied up. And I didn't understand this. I wasn't caught up. I've now read it, and I'm thinking, how a man rating this? He's tied up.
That's
What is this?
it,
If I tied you up
and
and I
even
banged
then
you,
he's
wouldn't I be
laughing,
better than you?
and even then he's laughing.
No, but my thing is, yeah. No, but
That was
I'm about to
so
tell
dead from
you.
you guys
I'm
in the
about.
chat. I can't lie
See,
to you,
this
man.
why niggas don't let niggas land. Yeah.
It was
My
Right?
thing
disgraceful.
is the best feat for me that Gunko has shown is well, it's two things, right?
So
It's
someone's
a lot of
backstage, by
people
the way.
won't rate this, but I rated how she dealt with the Straw Hats. Do you remember she beat like 3, 4 of the Straw Hats by herself? So I rate that. Yeah.
But they're not strong.
I wait, I'm not done. I liked her competency with how she done Scopper. Yeah,
That was
I rated
luck.
that.
That was luck.
No, she had the child, and she was
No,
gonna
she
kill Colin
didn't.
if.
She didn't have the right
Oh my
child. She had
days!
all of the children.
Exactly,
You know,
and I
Because
liked how she
I
played that.
give her some
but
credit for
the
some of
no
the
no
stuff you're
no
saying.
the
Like
She,
luck.
I feel like she's not gonna be the physical monster like a Yamato or a Big Mom, but she's good at her job,
she's
and she's got
competent.
good
She's
mastery of
competent.
her fruit. Like I rate Gonko.
Nah,
Like she's up there, no?
you man are rating the wrong thing. It was
No, no,
lucky
no.
because
She does seem competent, but she's still not
Yeah,
just
she's
strong
wait.
for me.
good.
I'm saying let me
You
explain
can be
why
both.
not. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I hear that, but I'm saying that's what. Let me explain why not. The tying up the straw hats. She should a vice admiral should clearly be able to do that. I hear that. I
They
hear what
should
you're saying.
not.
I'm saying just wait, just
Jinbei's
wait, just
there.
wait, just wait. I'm saying not even bringing into the factor of everybody acting weird because Jinbei was telling Robin don't fight when Robin's Thorn's thing was on the other
Best
side.
panel 2025.
That was crazy. That was crazy to
I
me.
loving that
So
shit, man.
niggas are acting off and weird. I hear that. I'm saying in the fact of okay, cool. Give her ratings for tying up the whole of the crew or whatever it is. They're not even the factor of any strength level difference or whatever it is. Each individual one is weaker than her, and none of them are working together. She should have done that. It's expected. Cool. Going to the Scopper thing, Scopper was going to dead her after he just sliced the Thorn Donny. He was going to dead her regardless of any child that was there because he saw that his son was not
Because he's
next.
stronger than her.
That,
So
so Paul, so wait, so Paul, let me land. So yes, he's stronger than her. So he was going to dead her regardless of what child was jumping off next. And as he was
no,
running,
to
he
be fair,
literally,
this
bro, let
argument,
me
yeah.
land, let me land.
No,
So,
no, I agree with you.
but
This
I'm
argument
saying,
is not really for a guy like you. It's more for a guy like, Saint Fist, because the thing about it is, yeah, Scopper would have copied her, same way he did Summers. But but
that's not the point I'm
where
saying.
someone like Saint Fist will complain about a villain's competency, I'm saying I rate the fact that she knew what
She,
Scopper would do to her,
I'm
so
saying
she
no, but
used her
you're,
advantage.
you're missing. That's what I'm saying. Let me land. You're missing the point I'm saying. I'm not talking about strength
Fam,
level
you're talking
difference.
about what Scopper would have done.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm saying let me land. I'm not talking about strength level difference. That's obvious. No one has to say Scopper was going to defeat her. We already established that she's below admiral level. That's not anything to do with anything. Immortality or not, Scopper would
That's
have
what
deaded
your
her.
favorite character is. But
I'm
go on.
saying, I'm saying, Scott, immortality or not, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about power levels. I'm saying Scopper's decision, yes, was to go and dead her, but in the decision making regarding with her competency in that moment, is that it was pure luck and zero competency because from
That's
that.
bullshit.
Bro, let me land before you're too heat. This is like a fourth time. Let me just finish the sentence.
Finish it. You're just waffling, bro. That's
Okay,
bullshit. She got
I'm saying.
lucky.
I'm saying Scopper was going to dead her regardless of the next child to jump because he already saw the queue that was at the edge
So,
of the
like I
cliff.
said before, you was just
Oh,
talking about
bro,
what he would do to
can
her.
I
Like,
can I
guys,
just finish this
This
sentence,
is what I
man?
mean. Like
This nigga's just talking out of his bum to rate Gunko, man. I'm saying let me just finish the sentence.
this guy
Uh,
said, yeah,
oh
that
my
it's not
god.
about what Scopper was gonna do to her, and then proceeds to talk about what Scopper was gonna do to her.
Okay, but can
That
you
he
let
would
can you
have deaded her.
is,
No
is
one's
this is
saying
this
that
is
she's
this
stronger than him.
is this how you learn
You said
English?
that
Because
she's got lucky.
yes, and I'm trying to explain how the where the luck came from. You keep cutting me off before I'm explaining the luck part. You're just hanging on to the first four words of the sentence. I'm saying, yes, he was going to dead her. The luck part came into it because of Scopper's decision making. I'm saying that the luck part came into it because Scopper saw the queue of children running off the edge of the cliff, and he saw that his child was not next. So because he saw the child was not next, he was going to dead her regardless. And on his way to going to dead her, he was thinking in his head, colon, don't say shit. Please. And the moment that Colin has said something, that and what he said was, oh, dad. That's the luck part in which if Colin hadn't said nothing, no amount of competency would have saved her in that moment. It's just because she was lucky that Colin identified himself as Scopper's son that she's then thought, oh shit, this is the target that can defend, I can use to defend myself in
And
this
she gets no
moment.
credit for that.
No, because it's lucky.
I mean,
I gave
I
Please.
her
I
her
I
credit for
understand
everything she's
now what
done,
you
but
mean
she's still
because
not
you
strong for me.
brought up
How?
Colin. Because I remember Gavin said, "Don't say anything." He's like that at
Yeah,
that. So
that's
yeah,
what
no,
I'm
I give you
saying,
that.
and
I
that's what I'm
give you
saying.
that. But at the same time, this is a
That
show.
little part, because
This is a
Scopper,
show where
no matter
villains have
what,
done many stupid things. So if
yeah, no, I'm
Gunko
saying I
uses
hear
the
that.
information to her advantage, free her.
I know. I'm saying I hear that. I'm just saying to the point of that no matter how competent, no matter how competent you think she is, in that moment, no amount of competency that she could have shown
No,
would have
I
saved
give you
her.
that. I give
The
you that.
only thing that saved her in that moment
It's
wasn't her
Colin.
competency. It
Oh
was Colin
yeah.
shouting. That's
Yeah,
my
no,
point.
okay. Good point. Good point.
That's what I was trying to say. So I was saying,
Good point. Good point.
yeah. So,
You know,
so I was saying, you must say that she's competent because of that.
but
At no,
she's still competent. It's
Yeah,
just
she hasn't shown it.
I
I
feel
still
like
said
she's good at her
he's,
job, bro.
but
Like,
All
bro,
what do
she,
you want
or
her to
that's what I'm
do?
saying, but if you take out that Scopper thing, because that's the only credible thing that she's done, torturing Loki, into which Shamrock had to get involved because her arrows weren't doing nothing, and rounding up the weak hats. Apart from that, it's like,
Jimbe,
well, nothing else has been done.
I
Jimbe is
mean,
not weak.
But that's
No,
why
I
I
hear
brought
what
up
you're
the
I
point.
still
saying.
I
That's why I
still
brought
feel
up the
like.
point of Jim. That's why I brought up the point of Jinbe's been acting
Do
weird
you
in the
think
sense
Jinbe's
of
stronger than her?
But okay, I understand you
no,
think it's
no, no. He
acting weird,
shouldn't
but
be. Shouldn't
it
be.
is what it is.
So then
It's
she's
still
strong,
happened.
right?
Huh?
Like I hear
Huh?
what you're saying. Jimbe's been acting weird, but it still happened.
But I'm saying you don't get ratings for that from me.
No, but I'm not rating
No,
her.
no. I hear what you're saying. I hear
I'm
what
not
you're
rating her
saying.
too tough. I understand what you're saying. Like I'm just saying, so far I'm not saying she's that competent. She hasn't done that much to say, oh yeah, she's really competent.
But
But
I
if
don't
she
think
hasn't
she's a
done
bum.
anything wrong, that's what
No,
I'm
no,
basically
no.
saying. Done anything wrong in it.
That's the point. None of the God Knights should be bums. I'm only
No, but
rating
that's what
them
man are
against.
saying. A lot of men
I'm
are saying that they're bums.
Yeah, no, no.
Tell me.
I'm saying that's why I said of the rating of just below admiral level without the immortality, because it's like, well, at no point, if you're on that level of a god's knight, should you actually be weak.
You
It
know the
shouldn't
thing
just
is
be.
about the
It
God
shouldn't
Knights.
just be immortality that's
About the God
saving your
Knights.
life.
Let me say about the God Knights here. When we first heard about the God Knights, because not Daryl, Dragon mentioned the God Knights, and then Daryl was thinking, okay, these men are like next level. So far, this has been so disappointing to what we actually thought
That's
they
and
would be.
that's
Mean,
my point. That's what
and
I'm trying
right
to
now
say.
they're basically glorified CP9 agents.
That's
You know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
trying to say. So I'm saying,
Damn. Totally disagree.
So
even though
Dragon was scared of these man. Dragon was scared of these guys.
So I'm saying even though none of them are
This, oh
actually
my
bum,
days, the
even though
slander.
even though none of them are actually bums, it's the stage at the stage in the story where we're
I will
at
tell you.
now. You're
Go
bums
on.
of this
You
generation.
know what? I'll tell you this. You know the God
The
Knights
only
remind me.
guy, yeah, that's
Hold on. You know the God
underwhelming
Knights
to
remind me
me.
of Dragon's commanders. The God Knights, they're not bums, but they're not strong. They're the
Yeah,
same
but
thing.
first of all, yeah,
Dragon's
you know how
commanders
anime
move
goes. Yeah, you know that you're gonna see the weaker ones first. Yeah.
fairs.
For me, the
But
only guy that's dead is Summers. Yeah. And I like
Why
Summers'
like
character.
go on
So
by?
at least he
to
has
be
that. But
fair,
with Summers, wait, let me go. The thing
mm,
about Summers, power, when it comes to power scaling, he's the only guy that if Mandem are telling me he's a bum in the grand scheme, when Mandem have mastered what it is to be able to affect them, Summers is toast. Same way he was with Gabon. Remember, Gabon's nearly 80 years old and he smoked him like that.
well,
But
he was about to smoke Gonko.
yeah, but he should. It's Gabon.
I'm
That's
saying,
end of the series Sanji. Like, that's normal
I
work.
think Gabon's smoking all of them.
Yes, but
Yes, you
I
should.
I hold I
That's what
hold
I'm
Gabon so
saying.
high that I'm still, gonna be a fan of Gunko despite
But
that.
the reason I
Yes.
don't agree with the reason I don't agree with rating Summers lower than Gonko based on that is because there's only two differences. The only two
I
differences is
feel
that
like wait,
so
before you
mm,
go, I feel like the reason why I rate him beneath her is that Delphi is dead, man. Like,
I'm
if a
Why?
saying
man
Fairs.
had that in East Blue, we would all just keep it moving.
But you
Thorns.
no but you know anybody with at this stage in the story that should have a little bit of future sight or could develop it would smoke Gonko easily. The same low diff.
No, what? No, for sure. Like when someone like Zoro, so you know how Zoro's just found out he's got ACOC after his training arc. I expect Zoro to wipe the floor with a Gunko. But
I think he'll do
until
it now.
then,
Low diff.
when he don't know what he's doing,
Yeah.
No, no. The thing is, Zoro. None of
most
them can really.
overrated
Them.
character, man.
Uh,
It's madness.
no, do you know
Luffy
why? Do you
couldn't
know
hurt
why?
the
No, no,
regeneration
let's
gang,
just even do it.
but Zoro can.
Let me go back to the two differences. The two differences is one, Summers actually got smoked, so I can see how
By the
the,
one
the,
guy that knows what he's doing.
exactly. But I'm saying
But
because he
Zoro's gonna beat
because
gonna
just
beat
wait
regeneration
because
users when
but
he
I'm
don't know
saying
what he's doing.
just wait.
Of
I'm
course.
saying because Summers actually got smoked and Gonko was about to get smoked. I see how you're saying you actually rate Summers a bit less because of that, and obviously with the
No,
fruit.
no, no. It's the fruit. I
And
told you his fruit's dead.
but I'm saying the second thing, the reason I would let him off for that is because he was the first one taken by surprise. He didn't know Gaban was there. So after the fact, that's
Can
why
we make
Gonko's not been
Yeah,
smoked
no, no.
yet.
I don't disagree with you on that. I'm saying the reason why I have her over him is I think she's got a better devil fruit, and I think she uses her fruit better than he uses his fruit well, but she's
But
got a
with
better fruit and uses it well too.
with the Zoro thing, I'm not saying it because I rate the character. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that eventually he will smoke Gonko because of the character. It's because I think Gonko is so dead, but
I,
also
I'm
one
sorry, guys. I'm sorry,
no
guys. I'm
no
gonna
no
stop you for this year because we're pressed for time. I
mm,
don't
Yeah,
want to
you want to
talk
talk about
Uncle
the
because
rest of the
he's too
chapter?
shit of a character. Look, prophecy child stuff. We're meant to be talking about this.
Yeah, yeah, facts.
If you
yeah,
got a
true
gonk
true
on the
true.
stupid arrows, allow it, man.
Hello?
Huh?